Hello everyone. Today is December the 26th and it's time for another update on how the Amaryllis are doing. This first one is Cherry Nymph. It was $22.60 when I bought it and it is now 30 inches tall. This is actually the second stem that's blooming. The first stem bloomed and the flowers faded, and so that one is cut off. And when that happens, you cut it right down to the base. You can see there if you look closely. And this one has gorgeous double huge blooms that are 9.5 inches wide. And so far, this one has had 7 blooming flowers. Cherry Nymph. This next one is Christmas Gift. And this one was also $22.60 when it was purchased. And it is now 26 inches tall. And this one has actually got 3 stems. This first stem you see now is blooming with huge flowers. They are 9 inches in diameter. And there are 4 on the first stem. And you can see the second stem right there. And that one we are not sure, of course, yet. And unbelievably, down here is a third stem, a third flowering stem that is starting to grow. So this one is Christmas Gift. Right next to it is Mont Blanc, and this is another white one that is just as beautiful, not quite as large. This one was $18.95 when it was bought. It is now 29 inches tall. It has 2 blooming stems, and you can see the second one right there. So far it has had 4 flowers, and they're about 7 inches wide. Next to that, we have Red Lion, which is just starting to bloom. Beautiful, simple, classic Amaryllis with a really gorgeous red color. This one was only $11.95 when it was bought, and right now it's 24 inches high. So far it's only had the 1 stem, and that one has 4 blooms. This one's not quite open, but I would estimate it's going to be about 6 inches wide. And next to that, we have Minerva. And Minerva was also $11.95, and it is now 26 inches tall. And it has 1 stem only with 4, it's going to have 4 blooms. And they're not fully open, so I can't, neither one has fully opened yet. And next to that is actually my favorite, called Double Delicious. And you might be wondering why, because you can't see a whole lot with this, but these buds here, but this is actually the 3rd flowering stem. It already had 2 flowering stems with a total of 9 blooms. And right now, it has a 3rd one that has at least 4 that I can count right now. And it's about 22 inches high. So this one actually had, this is the 3rd stem. You can see one of the stems I cut off there, and the other stem I cut off on the other side. You can't really see right now. It has died back. But Double Delicious, and I'll have a little bit of footage of what that one looked like in full bloom. And next to that, I have Evergreen, which is not my favorite. You can see how incredibly thin it is. And this is actually the 3rd flowering stem. It was $22.60. Oh, by the way, Double Delicious was $18.95. I'm not sure I mentioned that. Evergreen, this has had 3 stems, which is quite impressive, and 12 blooms already, which is also very impressive. But they're very thin and spidery, and I will have a little bit of footage of that. Not here would be Barbados, because Barbados actually turned out to be cherry nymph, which is something that definitely happens more than it should when you purchase Amaryllis bulbs. Sometimes you get one that is not the one that you bought. But in any case, that one was gifted, so that one's not here, but it's doing really well. It's cherry nymph. Also not here would be Pink Panther. That one also gifted. And that one's doing well at another house, but I don't have any pictures of it right now. And also gifted was Christmas gift, one of the, because I had 2 Christmas gift, and I know that that one's been doing just as well. Yeah, here we go. And I will do a final posting at some point, just giving the final results. And I may not show everything at that point. I'll probably just have a table just to exactly explain how it all went. So here we go. Not too bad. These were all planted on November the 5th. And today, of course, is Boxing Day, December. This is the first stem of Double Delicious looking its best on December the 13th. Here we have Evergreen, and it is 27 inches tall. It has 2 stalks that are blooming, one with 7 flowers at the moment and one with 5. And it also has another stem with a bud, so it will have a third round of flowers on it. I would not say this is one of my favorites. It is kind of a pale cream color brushed with a little bit of red, but it certainly does have lots of flowers, but a little too spidery, I think, for my taste.